Focus this way.
Welcome back to Sucker Punch, an exclusive look. There is simply nothing sexier than a woman who can kick some ass.
To get their bodies ready to star in this high-octane action flick, the women of Sucker Punch endured 3 months of Navy SEAL training before the cameras ever even rolled. And not only did these ladies have to look the part, they were even responsible for many of their own stunts.
Sexy.
All the girls were involved in physical training, stunt training as well, to learn the different fighting for the film, and that was months of training.
I remember training the first day and I was in so much pain. I was so exhausted. I went home and just lay on the bed crying and like called my mom and was like, I don't know if I can do this.
The first 3 weeks of training, I was just like, those are probably the worst 3 weeks of my life. We were doing everything. I mean, imagine just like being in a gym and not leaving for 10 hours.
Logan Hood trained the guys, and Logan worked on 300. I knew I needed the girls to be in like awesome physical shape.
We would start out doing about 4.5 hours with him every day. Mixed martial arts and even a little bit capoeira and like some street fighting stuff and, you know, getting comfortable in harnesses.
Gun work, sword work, wire work, you know, sometimes we'd focus on particular things, sometimes we'd just be training.
They literally threw everything at us.
I think we noticed our bodies starting to transform, like muscles that I'd never seen before.
We started to crave these workouts, you know, it became like an obsession almost.
Yeah.
And it was a healthy obsession.
For me, it became not only like a physical workout, but it also became meditative for me. We like needed it by the end, you know, because we would work out in the mornings before we started filming as well. And it's like you couldn't start the day without that kind of adrenaline rush.
It's funny because when we trained, when we trained 300, like we had all these guys, we just sort of pitted them against each other. But we found out pretty early that it didn't work for the girls. They weren't into that at all.
We had, you know, 4 women that were my best friends supporting me along the way.
I was almost in tears, and I hear her little voice say, "You got it, babe." You know, when there's somebody to catch you when you fall, it just allows you to really just go that extra mile.
You're not wearing like black turtlenecks and trench coats either. Like you're wearing revealing costumes at all times.
You know, when I first saw the costumes before we really started training, I was like, oh, that's a little bit terrifying. But as soon as we really got into the training, I didn't feel self-conscious about my body anymore.
It wasn't about them running around in bikinis. I mean, yeah, they're in provocative outfits, but they needed to train like athletes because I knew the physical demands of what they were going to be asked to do was to be serious.
It was never an issue of like, oh, I need to make my ass look smaller. It was like, I need to feel as strong and powerful as possible.
Sure. So you guys meeting up like in Brentwood on Saturdays to do Taibo together now?
We haven't. That's weird. We haven't worked out together since. We've seen each other. We see each other all
I got a big living room. If you guys wanted to come, I could put on some White Snake and you guys could kick each other.
Wow.
It could be amazing.
I'm going to leave that.
I think the really interesting thing that happened was that because the girls spent so much time suffering together, by the time we got to Canada and by the time we got to actually talking about what the film was, they had already bonded with each other in a way that was consistent with what the movie was going to be. I was amazed by how they were those people.
So you're asking yourself, how hard could all of this training possibly have been? Well, I got to find out firsthand. Fighters aren't born, they're made. And the girls of Sucker Punch, they're made by this guy.
10 pull-ups, go.
Okay, we're getting right to it. Talk to me about 8711 and what you guys specialize in here.
This is a stunt training facility. Everyone that comes in here, for the most part, is a stunt person or an actor or an actress. I run Epoch Training, and I'm basically just the in-house training company here for them. We kind of work hand in hand. We'll take a cast member, try to get them fit, and make them athletic. We've just found that instead of having actors act their way around being physical and act like they can handle weapons, let's actually teach them how to do it. We're going to roll through a little 10-minute warm-up workout that is typical of something that the girls would have done before we really begin training on Sucker Punch. All the way down and all the way up. This is a D ball. They don't really bounce, so we're going to slam this thing down on the ground as hard as we can. Now, what we're training here is to move your hips explosively. You're going to stand close to it, You're going to take it straight up overhead and slam it down on the ground. Slam it harder.
Don't tell Logan, but I got a C- in college in ball slams. All right, Logan, where now?
We are going to get up here on the spring floor. I'm going to hand you off to Heidi Moneymaker. This was Emily Browning's stunt double, so she'll put you through your paces.
Awesome. All right, what are you going to do to me?
Oh, you like it.
Okay, all right, let's go. We're going to do a little sequence here as if we're fighting some people together.
Now that you got the skills, we're going to put them together.
Sweet action chicks coming at you.
You've done your first bit of drills, you've got your strength out of the way, we just did a little combo on our own. Now we're going to turn it around and use it as an actual fight piece. I'm going to do a big hook over your head, you're going to do your right shoulder roll.
Okay. Okay.
Good, so remember left punch, yep, right punch, then over my head, good. Now front kick.
Boom.
Boom.
All right. All right, so I might not be as skilled as Baby Doll here, but I do know this. If the girls of Sucker Punch had to go through this for 3 months, they're the real deal. Mad respect, girls.
Well done. That was impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Really, all you were missing were the fishnets and the mini skirt, and then you guys could have had like a Sucker Punch girls tickle party, and it would have been like one of the most amazing things.
All right, settle down
like
there.
a whole other movie.
Right. We've got more beautiful women, more crazy monsters, and more Zack Snyder coming your way. Stick around.
So you can resolve your issues with laughter.
Really, we just need a mind sweep right here. Oh, just clean it up, clean it up.